We ate more pasta than we should have. Pizza and...
Avvicinati. Che sta succedendo, papà?
Apri questa porta! Paparino!
First of all, let me say that this movie is crispy.
Oh, thank you.
And speaking about crispy, why food is so important in your movies? Here we have an important scene with a pie. Why do you love food so much in your movies?
You know, that is a great question, and I don't think anybody's asked me that because I've made even the TV shows a lot about food. I think it's the ritual of it. It's really important to me. We just had a giant Italian lunch.
Yeah,
I mean,
we ate more pasta than we should have. Pizza, and now we're not sleepy, but we could be.
we really when you say it's an important emotional ritual for intimacy, family, friendship. So I think that's how I associate it with it. Maybe the Indian culture, which is I think very similar to the Italian culture in this manner.
I totally get it. Yeah. And Josh, I think that you gave us the modern Norman Bates smile. It's amazing. How did you work on that smile?
It all comes from an internal work, the internal work of creating the character. Like it's not, I don't like stand in the mirror and try and pull faces. It's more, and then bring those to set. I work more from the inside out, and when I'm on set, I try not to think at all about what I'm doing with my face. The way that when we're in a conversation, we're not really thinking so much about what we're doing with our face. We might be reading the face that's in front of us, but we probably won't be so concerned with the way that we're coming across. Otherwise, it feels stilted, and you can tell when people are doing that, right? They look uncomfortable, and I don't ever want the character to seem like he's uncomfortable. So really, in that situation, it was a combination of elements. Like he's finding out that this whole thing was set up for him for the first time. He's somewhat flattered by that because he's a narcissist, but he's also sort of scared because he doesn't want his daughter to find out because he feels something toward her that he doesn't quite understand yet. And then he's trying to cover, which he's never experienced this situation before, where suddenly he's forced to reveal. He's in basically the butcher and his character of Cooper are coming in contact, and so he tries to cover, but he's not very good at covering because everything's a little bit off. And so I think that's what created the creepy Norman Batesy smile.
Should Norman Bates be scared of Cooper, or
should Norman Bates be scared of Cooper?
Yes.
In a fictional universe where the two of them, yeah, I would be. I would say that he, yeah. I don't think Norman Bates stands a chance.
And speaking about being scared, Cooper is so nice. He fools everybody. Jamie, the teacher guy, everybody, because he's so nice. Why, in your opinion, we are so afraid of people who are nice? We should be afraid of people that are too nice.
That's interesting what you just said. I didn't think that's where you were going with the question. The urban nightmare is that these individuals that are real, that have no empathy, are the people we can't tell because they're so good at manipulating us. Like would be the easiest target for Cooper. I feel like you could just like say something sweet. They would code switch in a way that they would go, "Wow, I know how to manipulate this guy," and I would be like, "Oh, what a sweet guy! I love that Cooper." You know, I really, really be like that. You know, I think the worst thing is when we can only judge each other by our assessment of your humanity, of your emotions. But if that's false, it's terrifying. It's worse than, it's the worst thing ever. I think, in many ways, it shoots our alarm signals up that we're being betrayed in a way. So when that betrayal is revealed, it's horrifying.
It also increases the paranoia of the film because we're looking at each other after the film. I mean, there's a moment in the script where someone says something about why she thought that Cooper was different, could be really bad, and it's so mundane. And I was like, God, I've had that experience with lots of people where they've done something that I thought was a little bit odd, and like, does that mean they're a psychopath? And so you start to think, like, after reading all these books on psychopathy, I was basically like seeing psychopaths everywhere, which is part of the insidious nature of a film like this.
Yeah.
And paranoia, and it's cool.
I love how you shot the concert, and it's amazing because now my concert experience will be forever changed. I will always look to things like, is this So
Right.
did this movie change also your concert experience? The next time will you think about all those things or not?
Well, it's for me. It's the love of the concert experience I was putting against Cooper's situation. That this is such a joyful experience for so many families and so many kids. That this is like a ritual that we love, you know. And it's at this place that he has to navigate a very dark thing, and so it's really kind of all that joy and love is working against him or making it kind of ridiculous what he has to do because he still has to dance and you know all of that.
It makes it funny.
Yeah, it makes it funny.
And this character is, I feel like, I mean, I went to a Taylor Swift concert recently with my daughters, and I hadn't been to a pop concert since I was a little kid. So I didn't really understand the sort of relationship that the audience has with the pop star on stage nowadays until, you know, I went to this concert 4 or 5 weeks ago, and it was so exact, that sort of, that the intensity of the feeling from the audience up toward Taylor Swift and the way that Ari, or Riley in the movie, feels about Lady Raven. It's just, it's not exaggerated at all, which I found really surprising. And that sort of adoration is kind of wild to be around. It's another form of sort of unhinged, you know, like kind of. So there's all sorts of different versions of unhinged in this movie.
Sweet. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
Godetevi il concerto.